This is the digital acuity system remote control. It consists primarily of these 4 buttons, an up and down, and an isolation. This is the red-free layover. The first button presents Snellen. The second button is a quick test. The third button is for illiterate, that would be tumbling E's, numbers, and children's. And then the fourth one is the auxiliaries, could be worth 4-dot, astigmatic clock, and fixation. After we turn the main power on the monitor, the system will boot to this screen. We then press the Enter button, which gives us our cursor, and then we launch the application. The first thing we want to do is go to Setup by bringing the mouse down to the bottom and clicking on Options. We then decide if we want to have single line or multi-line displayed. Multi-line is the default. Symbols, Snellen will show first. We have tumbling E's, children's, and numbers. And then we have common or random symbols. Common is when they're always the same, and random is when they change. We can make these changes as we go through the test without having to set them as an option. Once we do that, we save options. We go back to the options screen, and we go to Set Preferences. Set Preferences allowed us to decide if we want to use a mirrored or a non-mirrored room. And would you like random symbols or not? We say no, and we want to set our feet here. So we're at 18 feet. We can either click on the arrows or toggle up and down with the control. 18 feet, and hit Save. Now we're all set up to use the system. We always open to the Snellen chart at first, and we can arrow down, and we can then isolate letters. We can do a red-green layover, and then if we press the second button, we can go to the quick test. And the quick test shows us 3 letters instead of 5, so the test goes quicker. It starts at 2040, goes to 2030, and then to 2025. This allows the patient from becoming not frustrated by not being able to read 2020. If we want to go to 2020, we simply arrow down to 2020, or if they can't read these lines, we arrow up. The third test is illiterates. So what we want to do is hit the third button, and it takes us directly to children, or we can hit the third button again, it'll take us to tumbling E's, or press it again, and it'll take us to numbers. We can then isolate these lines as well. And we can also red-green these lines. If you wanted to randomize these, we turn the control panel over and we click R, and they will randomize. The same thing's true for Snellen and the quick test. If we go to the last button, that is auxiliaries. It allows us to see the fixation, the worth 4-dot test, and the astigmatic wheel. And then it will take us back to Snellen again. To turn the unit off, all we do is hit the home button on the control and then turn the system off. The DAS digital acuity system now has the ability to play movies. We simply turn the control panel over and press P on the keyboard. You can add your own movies, or you can view the ones that we've put in the system already.
This animation will show how surgery is used to correct a cataract. This operation is called phacoemulsification cataract surgery. Click the navigation arrows below the animation screen to play, pause, rewind, or fast forward the animation.
To end the animation, all we do is hit the home button and then go back to the application.